Oh yeah, so I did want to I did want to check this out. This is so wild.
We will not be silenced. The silent riot has begun. We will not be silenced. The silent riot has begun.
She kind of seems like the kind of person who needs to shut the fuck up. Nice. Oh yeah, dude, this is wild. So, if you guys are unfamiliar, Poland has a pretty secure border. If you haven't seen anything about it, Tyler Oliveira did a fantastic piece about it a few months back. But yeah, Poland has a very secure border, and they will use live rounds to defend it. So I saw this clip earlier. It's people essentially breaching the Polish border, and like the immediate response. Let's take a look. All right, they're cutting through. We're climbing in. Yep, we got a little window. Immediately, we got 2-3 people in. Looks like they're bringing like a ladder in with them. Got about 4 or 5 guys have made it through, and and then the Humvee comes a rush, and they're all on the ground. Yeah, I mean, looks like they were able to detain them non-violently. It would have been a very one-sided fight, and that's how you maintain a secure border. That's wild and awesome. Good for the Polish, dude. Fuck yeah. What's this?
All right, let me ask you about another element of this. On the present densities, you're going to add 3.4 million, or homes for 3.4 million people with your 1.5 million houses. On your own figures, we're also going to add to our population 2.5 million people over this same period. Are you content that more than 5 out of 7 new homes will go to immigrants?
Well, that's not the truth, and that's not the
That's
case.
what will happen.
Well, that's not the reality, because we've,
Where
in
the
particular, in
2.5
housing,
million immigrants that are in Rachel Reeve's budget figures going to turn out? Where are they going to live?
Well, there's plenty of housing in the UK, but the houses, especially social
whoa, hang on.
affordable
You can't,
homes
on the
that
one
we're
hand, say
building.
we've got to build this 1.5 million houses, and then say there's plenty of housing already.
There is plenty of housing, Trevor, already, but there's not enough for the people that desperately need it. So the homes, especially under our affordable homes programme, which is social and affordable housing, they will be there for people who desperately need them, local people. We've already outlined how we're going to support veterans and people who are fleeing domestic violence.
Okay.
Councils need homes for people that are on the waiting list. I've already announced changes to the right to buy, making sure they
But this doesn't quite make sense.
so that we can deliver
Deputy
the
Prime
houses they
Minister-
desperately need.
Deputy Prime Minister, doesn't quite make sense. You start the interview by telling me that there's a housing crisis. When I remind you that you have said yourselves as a government, we're going to need 2.5 million migrants. Some of them, by the way, people are going to build the houses. Suddenly, there's a lot of housing. Where are these people going to go?
Well, Trevor, first of all, when you say about building as well, the previous government did use migrant labour far too much.
Regardless of what country you live in, I really hope that your country prioritizes you over illegal immigrants.
A lot about fraud, waste, and abuse. A lot of waste.
Is doing such a
This is important. You know, we can't just find out that there's been like hundreds of billions of dollars being wasted and there'd be no consequences. You know what I mean? If I steal $10 worth of crap at the store, there's consequences. If you fumble $100 billion in government funds, there should be consequences.
fantastic job. I thought maybe you could say a few words.
Thank you, President. As far as we are hearing a lot about fraud, waste, and abuse, a lot of waste and abuse, but there is a tremendous amount of fraud. And Elon, thank you for your partnership. Thank you for your team. You have uncovered so much fraud in our government, and we will prosecute you. We have an internal task force now working with every agency sitting here at this table. And if you've committed fraud, we're coming after you. Thank you, Elon, for that. On the violent crime level, thanks to President Trump's directive, we are seeking the death penalty again. So all of these horrible, violent criminals that you're hearing about around the country, they will face the death penalty federally within our country. And the drug dealers need to get out of here because we are coming after you. We're going to have 94 great U.S. attorneys around this country, and everyone will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Thank you.
Thank you, President. It's at your directive.
Is doing so.
Yeah. Yeah. Who has been taking and wasting all of this money? And how often is it that people are stupid as hell, which likely, right? Never weigh that one out. But how many of these people are just dumb and incompetent, and how many of them are committing money laundering and fraud? And wow, yeah, really, I am psyched to find out. I truly am.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Weichbrot. I'm a mom of 2 in Fairfax County.
Elon Musk shared this.
Oldest.
Elon Musk shared
And
this.
my husband and I have a difficult decision to make this fall as he is approaching preschool age, and we are faced with the decision of whether or not we are going to put our child in public school system where Fairfax County has decided to move forward with instituting gender studies in elementary school. Despite having done a study group, a focus group in the community to see if parents even wanted this. And when parents said no, the board voted 16-0 and said we're moving forward anyways. This shows clearly that they see parents not as partners, but as an obstacle for their agenda.
Yeah, how do you reach out to the community and be like, hey, just a vibe check, how does the community feel about this? And the community's like, we don't fucking like that at all. And you're like, we're gonna do it anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you yeah, you clearly didn't give a shit about how the parents felt anyway.
And I have a really hard time looking at him and going, here, I'm just going to give you over to people who do not want to partner with me in how you're going to be raised. School and education is a huge part of a child's life. And early childhood is supposed to be filled with exploration and creativity and fun, not debating issues that are for adults to handle. These kinds of topics should be introduced sensitively and by parents who are raising their children with their values, not with an ideology passed down from the top.